Alright guys, I wanted to make a really quick video about Hillary Clinton's remarks against Superpredators in 1996. So just if you don't know what's going on, Hillary Clinton said something um, against Superpredators back then. A uh, Black Lives Matter activist confronted her about it at a private event. Um, she had no response. She was kind of unsure. And if you're not used to getting that kind of attention from it, then you're going to have to look back and see what you actually said and what that remarks were about. So I wanted to kind of dive into this a little bit and explain a little bit. And I would also like to preface that I do not support Hillary Clinton. I do not like her. But I think that if you are voting and you're using this against her, you need to get your facts straight. So here we go. All right, so here's a BuzzFeed article which shows that I'm trying to not be biased. I'm trying to show one very left side of it, and I'm going to go more right as I go. So BuzzFeed, probably one of the sites that most people will not respect. And some people will. I wanted to focus on the bottom part right here. So she told the Washington Post that looking back on it, she shouldn't have said those words and that she wouldn't use them today. The real question is for the black community not what she said then, but what she's saying now. I think that's a very important thing. Though Hillary Clinton has an issue of flip-flopping on a lot of issues, it's important to note what they're consistent with today. If you are saying a lot of things and you go, oh, well, 20 years ago you weren't saying this, 20 years, your perspective can change. You can learn a lot. It actually shows that she is learning and that she's flexible as a leader, and whenever new information comes into her, she's able to take it in. That's actually a good sign, not a bad sign. So what are we dealing with whenever we're talking about a super predator? So a super predator is defined as a youth who repeatedly commits violent crimes as a result of being raised without morals. So if you are to go further into what super predators are, you would probably find this, which was what was a super predator. I'm not going to show you this video. I don't want to get any copyright on me. This was an article 2 years ago about what the super predator scare was. I'm showing this clip from 31 seconds in because it was not just a black and white. It was not just a black issue. It was a black, white, any youth. During that time period, you had a lot of politicians blaming violent video games. You had the media being shown as very violent, and there was a very large scare about youth killing other youth. So if you want to go through this article, you can read it. It's actually very informative about it. But I wanted to focus on this one very particular thing, which was the super predator scare fit neatly with the lock 'em up and throw away the key approach to crime. That was the entire thing with crime back then, is if someone is locked away, you're done. Like, you had your chance. A lot of people obviously can reform in jail, and we're finding that like helping people, giving them psychiatric treatment, all of that kind of stuff inside of a jail is actually much better than just keeping them in jail. That's still debatable. Also, during that time period, in this article right here, I can't remember where it is. I'm going to leave all the links in the description though. It talks about how Hillary Clinton just got a bunch of funding money from the government. Or the government just got a bunch of money funded into prisons then. So there's a little bit of controversy saying that they were trying to put more people in prison so they could make the money back. So Going a little bit further into it, this is um, why she shouldn't have to apologize. Also a very great article. It's very short, but I really wanted to focus in on this. During those games, there was very high crime rate with crazy fear from, like I said, both black and white communities. The Super Predator soundbite that went viral could go into an era before social media. This is often uttered by politicians from both parties, so you can't just blame Hillary Clinton on this one. It was both parties. The Republican nominee at the time was also saying the same things. Both parties were saying the same things because before social media, there was no spread of ideas. All of your media was coming through the news, and if the news got a story, they would run with it. A lot of people don't understand that concept today, is that the media controlled everything back then. What they found from, and if you watch this video, it will explain that they put out these numbers and they were afraid that they were going to grow exponentially and they were trying to deal with a problem that was at hand. Crime shot up for about a year to 2 years and then immediately dropped back down. But during those 2 years, there was a super big fear about what was going on. And if you don't look at those numbers and see, oh, wait, people were freaking out about this, then it sounds like we just need to lock people away. There's evil people out there. But what they found was the opposite. And once those numbers came down and they saw they were wrong, all of the theories about super predators went away. So that's kind of my take on it. Whenever I hear this story, it made me want to dive in and be like, oh wait, what was she talking about? What was she talking about, super predators? Because I know that Hillary Clinton is not a racist person. I would doubt that almost any Democrat was extremely racist, especially within the past 30 years. You wouldn't be able to say that many Democrats would be racist, and that would be quite controversial to even talk about, saying that they are. I would say that she was ill-informed at the time, and now that she has more information, she was able to change her views and was able to adapt. I still will not be voting for her, but I wanted to make this very clear, that we can't just get one soundbite that someone said and just run with it, because without context to what was going on at the time, you can't make an educated understanding of why they would say it. Alright, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe. I'm going to try and be putting out more content like this and talking about other controversial objects as they come out.